everything.
Good,
so,
good.
Yeah, it has to deal with my miserableness sometimes, you know.
Even when I want to grow up.
Yeah, never forget where you're coming from. King Shango set the trend. Yo, I want them. Mama.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, datmisehtv. It's your girl Diza.
One of prayers.
Okay, so today guys, we are going to do how we met. So a few of our viewers have been requesting that we do a video on how we met. You know, they want to know. Y'all nosy, no joke.
Yes.
But
people, especially black people.
You know
up
how we are. But
up in the thing. All up in the pool here.
I don't know the flavor.
Don't even know the flavor.
No, but seriously guys, yeah, it's
No
all
problem.
about, yeah, of course.
No
We have to
problem.
share this
No
with you
problem.
guys,
No problem.
how we met. So, first of all, how long have we known each other?
About some 18, 20 years now.
Yeah,
18.
yeah, maybe 18, 17, 18 years.
Yeah, about 18 years now.
Yeah, so it's been quite a long time since we've known each other. We haven't kept in contact throughout all that time. But we have, the first time we met each other was about, maybe 17, 18 years ago. So a long time.
Good work.
Yeah.
Good work.
Yeah. So
Everything was good. Until today,
yeah.
still good.
We met, so how we first met is, as you guys know, I used to come to Jamaica all the time on vacation, on holiday. And in the early 2000s, during my trips during my many trips to Jamaica, I met Outlaw.
That time I was an engineer at Excel Studio.
No,
Engineer?
you wasn't an engineer at the studio when I first met you. You had your own studio.
Yeah?
Yeah, when I first met you, you had your own studio. I don't know how long you had it, but you had your own studio.
Okay.
So he doesn't even remember, right? So guys, when I how I met Outlaw was through family friends. Yeah, through family friends. So yeah.
My cousin, and she was.
Yeah. So a very good friend of mine who is a family member of Outlaws. So I believe me and this family friend came on holiday, and he actually picked us up from the airport.
Yeah.
He picked us up from the airport. So that was the first time I actually met him, you know.
Yeah.
And guys, we were actually booked to stay in an apartment in on the North Coast. Okay, you know most tourists come, they stay on the North Coast. And I think we stayed there maybe a couple of nights or so, and Outlaw came and picked us up because he was living in Kingston at the time.
Beautiful.
And you know, just to roll around, someone just to take us here and there, show us the ropes, you know. So he took us to Kingston, and at the time he had his own studio in, where was the studio?
Maninzil Road.
Yeah, called
Respect and Manners.
Respect and Manners Studio. So we'd go and hang out at the studio, but it was such a vibe at the studio because we got to meet so many of the artists at that time. So you know, you think of an artist, we probably met them because they all used to come and record and voice at his studio and stuff like that. So I'll put a couple of pictures of some of the artists that I met all these years ago. People don't laugh at my pictures, I was young them time, okay? But
I advise every artist in Jamaica. While I'm living, I advise them.
yeah.
I mean, I can attempt to buy Bob Marley one, but I don't know how to get to that price. So, we stay on the level, you know. But I'm familiar with every artist in Jamaica.
Yeah, him and the artists are like that out here. They all know him.
Yeah, you can tell him.
Yeah, so during that time, I think Mavado was really hot at that time. Remember Mavado and Cartel? So I met Cartel, I met Mavado, I met Bounty Killer, Beanie Man. You know, every artist of that time. Iraq,
Craig Dennis before
Freddie McGregor. Yeah, we're just name dropping now. Maris Hammond. Yeah, we met loads of people. I'm going to put some pictures in. So what happened is, even though we had our our apartment on the North Coast, it was such a vibe in Kingston at his studio. We didn't want to leave, so we just ended up staying in Kingston.
You know, entertainment staying at Jamaica.
Yeah.
And that's where they want to be.
Yeah.
So you have to come back Kingston for that.
Yeah, and you know we were young them times, so you know we like the little hype and the little excitement. And
7 nights a week.
Yes.
In the streets.
Yeah, and then plus as well, he used to take us to all the parties.
Yeah.
So every party that was going on. Remember Passa, Uptown Mondays, Hot Mondays, Weddy. Yeah.
Pasadena Town.
Yeah.
Waterworks.
So yeah, we were everywhere.
Dirty Friday for them days there, and all of them something that come up every day. Every night a week there was a party in Kingston.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the way.
Yeah, and we were there. He used to take us. Yeah. Yeah, he used to take us everywhere. So we just loved the vibe, young and, you know, hype, and loved the excitement and everything. So that's how we met. So we just hanged out. We was just hanging out and just having a great time, living our best life in our very early 20s. So we did that for a couple of years in a row.
Yeah.
We would book another holiday, come back. He would link us up, drive us anywhere we went to go, pick us up from the airport, take us back, up and down the place, partying, having a good time. So that's how we knew each other, and that's all it was. It was never anything more. That's just what it was, right?
All about that.
Yeah, just friendship and enjoying ourselves.
Entertainment.
Good. Of course, life goes on. I continued to come to Jamaica, but then at that time I stopped coming to Kingston as often. So I wasn't really linking with Outlaw because now I was coming to Jamaica with different people. But you know, I kept coming to Jamaica, and you know, obviously he was living his life, doing his thing, and stuff like that. But you know, I think we'd probably inquire, you know, how such and such and such. Yeah, they're fine, you know, for family members and everything like that.
Each other one knock.
Yeah. But that was it. We didn't actually see each other. So probably in the early 2000s was after those few years of, you know, meeting up, coming on vacation and stuff like that. We didn't see each other for years and years and years until maybe a couple of years ago, when, as you guys know, if you've watched my video, moving to Jamaica, I came solo. I came to Jamaica by myself. Now, prior to that, I never used to come to Jamaica by myself. I've come a couple of times, you know, for a wedding and so forth, but I used to come with people. I came by myself, and I got Outlaw's number because the area in which I was staying, he was now living. Remember, he used to live in Kingston, you know. Yeah. So how coincidental is it? I'm coming to Jamaica, and he's now moved from Kingston and living, you know, in close to where I was renting an apartment. So we linked up, and as you would have heard in my previous video, like, he was just there as a support, you know, somebody to
one knock. Yeah,
one knock, take me around, you know, help me out, help me find places, help me do stuff, you know, just, you know, somebody that I could trust, a familiar face, which, like I always say, is important to have someone you can trust, you know, when you're here and trying to get things done. So that's what it was.
That's it.
Yeah, that's what it was. So, you know, during that time, I left Jamaica, I came back, and then I guess we just kind of started to connect a bit more, you know. Yeah. I went back to England. We would
get back down to earth.
Yeah, we would communicate on the phone. So we stayed in contact. We stayed in contact this time, and yeah, I think it just grew organically. It just grew naturally.
Yeah, naturally something.
Yeah, nothing was forced.
No preservative. Just natural.
Nothing was forced. Yeah. Nothing was, you know. It just grew naturally, and it's really from a friendship. It was really from a friendship. Like I said, we met each other 18 years ago, 19 years ago, and yeah, it was just a natural
20 years after we first meet.
Yeah.
Things change, you know, as we grow older and older, everything does change. Yeah. Like different things go on in our life. There's different things that come up.
Yeah.
You look like she reached a point and look like me reached a point at the same time.
Yeah.
So, we would have get to a point, and we find out it can't work. I would have story up with you.
Yeah. I was unattached, he was unattached, single, so, you know, it kind of just fell in, everything was transparent. Everything just kind of fell into place, and since we decided to make that commitment, I guess, everything has been good. Everything has been good. Like I said, it's a couple of years now. I'm happy. Are you happy?
Why not? Easy.
Just got to check. No, I know he's happy.
Happy when the writers know.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't take a shortcut, no reason.
I'm not taking any shortcut.
One of them prayers people that we say, I got something to work out that time. Yeah. Like right now. That me say.
Yeah. And I think the good thing about it is that over the couple of years that we've, you know, developed a relationship and been together, we are quite ambitious people, and we are, he always says I'm a go-getter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really go-getter.
Yeah. I think with our ambitions and with my go-getter strength, I guess, we have a lot of things lined up.
Yes, I have something. I could never drop it.
We have a lot of things lined up,
and
a lot of things that we want to achieve, and the good thing is that it hasn't taken us long to get things started, you know. So yeah,
move to it.
Yeah, we put a plan together, and we know plans don't always work. And guys, I've got a story to tell you about coronavirus, because when we were planning, coronavirus was tearing down and mashing up. We'll get to that story though. About
big stone and big stick.
Oh my gosh.
Boy,
coronavirus.
God, go with him, because we can't go people.
Yeah, that coronavirus, right, really tested. I think coronavirus was a big test in our relationship because.
Wicked man.
Oh gosh, coronavirus.
We don't know.
Yeah.
But we
were on our low point, but our relationship remained strong throughout it.
Never do.
Our relationship remained strong, but things around us were tumbling down, and I'm gonna do a story time on that. Yeah. But through it all, we are still here. We are very grateful, and
give thanks for life.
Yeah, we go from strength to strength, and we have to give thanks for it. We try to be very transparent in our relationship as well, to be open, to just lay our cards on the table and everything.
Good.
Yeah, it has to deal with my miserableness sometimes,
Even remember our girl. Let's not get there.
But he deals with it, right?
If you know thin skin.
Oh God, here we go.
That even whistler. Nothing so.
Anyway.
But another something come.
Yeah.
Part of the package. So.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's how we met, and we're here today, right, to tell the tale and to let you guys know. So yeah, but guys, we just want to say thank you for rolling with us. Thank you for supporting us as always. The channel is growing from strength to strength, and obviously we couldn't do it without you guys.
Big respect and manners.
Yeah, we thank you guys a lot. It's a short story time, but hopefully that give you a little bit of an insight into how we met, and how we're going from strength to strength.
Not a thing, we have many more behind it, but there's something go.
Yeah.
We can know what that go.
Yeah.
We have a lot more to tell you about.
Definitely.
That's something.
Definitely.
Studio works and artist works has been there.
Yeah.
Done that.
He's got stories for days.
Way back. I was a selector once.
Yeah.
I can tell you a story on that.
Yeah. They're coming.
No
the stories
problem.
are coming. Yes. But guys, as we said, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you've enjoyed. Please like, comment, share and subscribe. Until next time, guys, let me say.
Respect and 2 more manners. Give thanks a lot.
This one has got to be now. Hey, Mr. Cruz. If it's money, we don't talk about it, cause we don't brag about it. House on the hill, that's how we go about it.